There is a real state of inequality in this country.
Just the harsh reality in healthcare for our people in the North.
Everybody's on the same page that we're not where we need to be.
Particularly impactful to us was the finding that SLFNA community members were not living as long as their provincial or national counterparts.
There's just a huge gap there. It just seems very disturbing, very inequitable. Like, why? Why are these numbers like this? Why does this have to be like this for our people here in the North?
When we compare the health outcomes of the First Nations communities to the province, it's quite obvious that we really need to reduce the inequities that we're seeing so that we can have better health outcomes for First Nations individuals.
There was some people with some great foresight to recognize the need for the Data Alliance and also what it could mean for the people in the region as far as what can data do for us.
You do need to have some foundational data for your proposal development to verify what you're doing, to focus on growth in the future.
Hearing like the journey of this data that Namayamoan had provided, very similar to what we would like to continue to be doing within our reporting.
It's I would say like kind of watershed moment for the region in terms of data and the information that we got from that report. And it's also good to compare ourselves not just to the province, but the Silicon Air First Nations communities now, we were now able to compare ourselves to other First Nations.
You could see that certain communities and other communities do not have the same experiences. They're very specific. It's nice to group all our community data together, but when you look at it community specific, it does paint a different picture.
Each community, each area in Ontario, Canada, has their own unique individual needs that they have.
We need to be more equitable in our resources and our funding.
What can we put into place so that the next report 5 years from now looks very different?
We have 500 plus people, along with all of the community members and community leaderships, working every day super hard to move the needle in any way forward.
We may not always get more funding or more resources, but the existing ones, if we can apply them to places based on data where they're needed, the impact of that resources is going to go so much further.
It's rewarding because you actually feel like you're making a difference instead of just kind of throwing darts at a board.